It's our Fair Part Show. It's our Fair Part Show. It's our Fair Part Show. It's our Fair Part Show.
G'day there, podcaster. Ben, Liam, and the TikTok influencer here with you. Belle's just filming a little video as we do this pod.
Yeah, I'm doing a day in the life of your late drive host because my Instagram has very quickly become all cat content and I need to do something else. It's not that.
When can we expect the drop?
Tomorrow, I think.
Approximate time?
I don't know. Mate, I don't know.
Fair enough.
When it's
Well,
done.
Keep an eye on it, guys. Keep an eye on it.
Did you ever, there's a bit to get to, but before I forget, Liam, you posted on your Instagram story to listen to the podcast, and we were talking about how many click-throughs it would get.
Yeah, I can probably go back through. I didn't get the last number, but the last I checked, 30,000 views, 12 click-throughs.
Really?
I'd love to get an updated number.
So that's just that I put on my story the like podcast for people to listen to the podcast because it was a really good show the last 2 nights ago. I think last night from all accounts was a good show as well. Haven't got around to listening to it yet, but I did listen to the off-air podcast from yesterday this morning when I was doing bits and bobs.
It was like almost a milestone for Belle because it was probably the least stressed I'd ever seen her.
Well, I think we're getting a little bit more, like, to be fair, like, you know, gloriously, Ben and I had many a year with no sick days. And we lauded it over anyone who would listen.
Mm-hmm.
And
some of us still have that record intact.
Some do.
You don't squint at me like I haven't, Belle.
No, you haven't.
I said some of us.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's never had a sick day.
What's
You
yesterday?
can still claim that. Me?
Yeah.
I would say it's a sick day, probably. I had a day off for medical reasons.
Yeah, medical day. Medical leave.
Yeah,
day.
for me, a sick day is
for me,
a sick day is you woke up and you're a bit sick, so you chose not to come in. Whereas under doctor's orders, you were told not to come in.
And we also had a
honestly,
heads up.
I was tossing it up. I was like, I probably could have, but I was asleep before. Like I was asleep halfway through the show last night.
Yeah,
I was in bed before
I'd say you had a
7
medical day.
Had a medical day. I was explaining to Ben before because we had a nice lunch. Sorry, you weren't there, Bill. But we
But we got steak, and we know how much
you don't like steak. We had steak
you would have
grits.
eaten the steak off our plates. So,
but you kind of a little bit, like it's really not that strenuous, but you are a little gassed before you even get in there because it's like you've had gastro for the day, I suppose, and then you're not allowed to drink because it can, if you have like anesthetic, it can sort of like come back up, sort of. So you're not allowed to drink for a little while before. So you are like pretty, like I just had like a mad headache. I was like pretty dehydrated before. So you're already a bit pooped before you sort of go in, before you go in there. But I mean, Belle, you, because I noticed, I saw that on the Instagram story as well. You're like, oh, it is like very good. Like everyone should be, it's like not you don't have to get like, it's one of those things that if there's a problem, yes, but you wouldn't necessarily need to just
no,
go
just like pap smears. You should be getting pap, like women should get pap
Is it
smears.
a thing though? Like
yeah, colonoscopies, you should get colonoscopies. Well, Jack looked it up officially last night, 10 years, every 10 years, because you should be checking that you don't have bowel cancer or anything going on.
Yeah, but you can
there.
check that by doing a poo sample. You don't have to go and pay $1,000 and get put under and
it cost $1,000. That wasn't Medicare?
big gap, mate. Cost me $800.
I thought that would have fallen under like a opposite of a public thing because you needed to have it.
Yeah, I know.
Why do we pay tax if you're not getting that for free?
Well, I think I just went private, but I didn't even really mean to. I went to my GP and they said, go to this person. I went there and they like, book it in. And then I was like, sweet.
They tricked you.
They tricked me. It was only like $200 initially. And I was like, that's great. And then I got there and they're like, oh, this is the gap. And I was like, shit.
See, I don't know. I like to think I know a bit about some stuff, but I know nothing about the medical system. Like I think when they talk about the gap, I don't know what that means.
Realistically, if it was a public list, I probably would have been waiting a couple of months because it wasn't that much of an important case, which is fine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super urgent, but I was more like it was enough of a struggle for Sarah to get me to go to the GP, let alone the specialist in between that. And then going through with the actual thing, I'm like, I just wanted to get it done while I still lived in Melbourne. Didn't want to have to go through the whole process again in Adelaide because we're moving soon.
You want to have a look at the doctor in the eye again.
Well, she looked in all 3 of my eyes. That's for sure.
Was it she?
Yes. Yep. Women can be doctors too.
Yep.
She? What? No, she was actually very lovely. Yeah.
Age 45 is when you should start getting them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even do.
No, not now, but
You were
it
saying,
is a thing.
yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, it's not like you don't have to be like, hey, remember to get your regular colonoscopy.
Yeah, I think you
It's
can
like
do more damage than good if you get it up there too much.
But like, I think
birthdays are important. So.
You don't even.
Do you now understand how much sacrifice goes into it?
Good lord. Don't know what you're referring to. But I have got nappy goo in my bag if you need it.
Not eating for 2 days.
Dude, because you know how you literally said to me, I think you've got bowel cancer.
My mum said that to me, and then I told you.
Yeah, it's not necessary. So I'm fine, obviously.
Have you got your results?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, it was immediate.
Yeah, I mean, I showed you the photos. You don't. I mean, you literally don't believe me, but I can show you that is literally my asshole. Like,
really?
yes,
But it was laid out like it was an
yeah, because it's a printed out report with my name printed on it and all my things. It's like literally look. You can read it if you want.
So they gave you the
informed consent was obtained after the risks and benefits were explained. There you go. Look, that's my retroflex anus. That's the appendix orifice. That's the caseum, whatever that is. That's the terminal. And this one's all right. This is the other end. So that's my lower esophagus. That's where I do the Borat impressions from. That's the retroflex stomach.
Hey,
that's the
honestly
pre-plex.
sell that shit.
And that's the duodenum.
What is that? What is that?
Don't know, man.
What is that lumpy one?
I don't know.
So that's good though. So I mean, that's why you go private. I guess you got the results immediately.
It was like immediate,
Nice.
So when I woke up, did I tell you the tool thing? Did I tell you about that?
You did, but we cut it out
Okay.
of the radio version.
Yes, no, that's fair. No, I thought, yeah. So when I woke up, because you know how you're always like, oh, what are you going to wake up like? And I was sort of conscious of not saying dumb shit because I know, people, you see these videos, and she was like, hey, you're all done, Liam. And I was like, and I was like, oh, I remember saying, I think my wife's here. My wife's here to pick me up.
My wife. As soon as you wake up.
She was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, she's just over there.
Aww.
And she was like, no, I don't think she's here yet. I was like, no, I can hear her. She's over there.
Oh,
I told Sarah, she's like, oh, that's not. I was like, I thought she was there.
That honestly, because it'd be a tough job being a nurse, but that would be one of the silver linings. Every time someone wakes up from being under, they would say some funny
Sarah,
stuff.
that's what my wife's job is. She does pretty much that. She's an anesthetic nurse.
Yeah.
She does that all day, every day. And some people, it hits them way harder. It's people that don't drink, for example. Sometimes they can feel the effects a little more. And sometimes people are like, woo! Like they're like, there was a lady, she was saying she was like, thought she was on a spaceship. And she was like holding the side of things, like going through space. And then other people just like, what's up?
Yeah.
Sarah and I guess like all nurses, they should have like a little like a not a bet thing, but like a little
classic bell.
I realized
Can they bet on how they wake up?
But yeah, like what do you think this person's vibe is going to be when they wake up?
Oh,
or
yeah.
like what do you think they're going to say? But that's fun. Like being like, what is Liam going to do?
I think so now I sort of remember saying I think but obviously it didn't make the final edit of the chat. But she also, my feet were on the bottom of the bed, and she was like, "Oh, you're very tall, aren't you?" And she had to go and bring that actually happened. She had to bring the bed
I don't
forward.
think it did. I think
It legit
you just
did.
imagined it. I
No,
think
it
you were
did.
dreaming that.
And what else? Oh yeah, so like so you sort of come good, put your clothes back on, have a cigarette of shame. What happened to me? No. So you like go onto this chair, and then they give you basically like airplane food. So it's like a servo sandwich, kind of in like a. But I hadn't eaten anything in, a couple of days really. So I was sort of like starving, like just fiending for it, and a cup of Milo and a little Literally, it was like airline food. Like sometimes you have those little Rocky Road slices, like in a tiny little. Gave me one of them, and so I was kind of pretty chuffed. Really, I had a nice little kip. And I was getting a meal. It was all very relaxed. And then there's this lady sitting next to me, and God, she wouldn't shut up. Like, she was like,
You were private and you had to share a room?
this was like the waiting area. So there was like 4 people in there. There was one girl complaining like she'd just been, stabbed. She was like, I'm in so much pain. She said she was at an 8, which I'm like, no, you're not.
At
Was
10.
she old or young?
She was like my age. She's like, I'm at an 8. I'm at an 8. And I'm like, what could you possibly be at an 8? Sometimes you can get trapped wind. But I could tell even the nurse was like, "You're not at an 8."
Yeah.
Because they would know. Like, they'd
Eight's
have people
like
coming in from a car
Don't
accident.
they
like,
actually
Yeah.
use that chart where it's their face like wincing? And because if you're
Yeah.
actually wincing, then they know you're in pain.
She said she was at an 8, and I'm like, "You didn't look like an 8.
Yeah.
I reckon you're a soft 3." And there was a guy next to me. He was chill. He was just on the phone talking to the boys. Like, "Yeah, bro, just had a procedure, bro."
Mm.
And then this lady sort of had a chat with. She was having a chat with me, and she didn't have her phone. Everyone else had their phone or a book, or
Oh.
just. She was up for a chat, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to eat my sandwich in
Oh.
peace. To be honest,
Yep.
Just had a camera up my ass. It's been a big day, man.
Yeah.
Just sleeping to it, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you're very young and fit." She was only like, I would say she was like, she wasn't old. I know I'm making her sound old, but she was probably like only like 60. And I was
Sounds
like,
like a
"Oh,
witch.
yeah." I was like, "Thank you, thanks." And she was like, "Oh, but it's always good to check, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You never know. You could have cancer."
And
I was like, "Okay, well, I wasn't like, shut up.
what are you,
Hang on,
Belle?
was
What are you, Belle's mum? I don't have that. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just actually enjoying my ham sandwich in peace." And she's like, "Yeah, it can be a killer, can't it?" I'm like, yeah, cancer can." Like, what are you what? And then she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's always good to just be careful. It can come at any time." She's like, "Good luck for your results. Good luck for your results." I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
but she was just in, and I was like, "Can you piss off?"
Yeah.
And I was doing that thing, you know, it's like someone talking to you on a plane. You like have a bit of a chat, and you're like, "Okay, I'm putting my headphones in
Yeah.
now," and then
Mm.
they just keep going. It's like that. I was like, yeah. And I was,
Well,
like, looking down at my
um,
phone, I was like trying to be nice, but I was like, "Can you stop talking about
Ugh.
me having a life-threatening disease?"
And you know that because she doesn't have a phone with her, she's just gonna.
Yeah,
keep
she just
going.
wanted to keep going.
Interesting that you mentioned the food because you're also butt brothers with Lockie on the Pod Squad.
Yeah, Lockie also got a camera. Yep.
Yep, on the same day. He posted about it in the Pod Squad, and then Jackie Jackson, Belle's mum, was saying, "How good is this?" You know, talking about getting these things. And then he promised her that he would give her an update on how it went.
Yeah, maybe he could also drop his
His photos.
his pics,
Oh
his
God, no.
his appendix orifice or retroflex anus shots.
Lockie,
Hey
listening?
girl, send me some retroflex anus shots.
Ah!
He said, as promised, it is. Here is my post-procedure report. As described in the documents provided by the clinic, the prep was by far the hardest part. Had to drink 3 litres of the cleansing juice
It'll get you.
the night before. The first half wasn't too bad, but the second half was really hard to get down. Took me around 7 hours to get it all down. Finished the last
Ugh.
glass around midnight, then slept pretty well after that. Appointment at 8:15 a.m. this morning, but didn't get called through until about 10:30. Wasn't a very comfortable 2 hours when you're hungry, thirsty, and have got a bung tum. But from there, everything went smoothly. Had a great sleep, woke up well, got the all clear, and then had some Maccas on the way home.
They literally say,
Jesus.
"Don't have anything too rough on the guts." That's what they tell you. He's
Oh.
like, "Sweet, let's get a McRib."
Mm.
Give me a Yumbo large.
Large lumber, yumbo, please.
Well, now looking just forward to tonight's show, now that you're back, we are very excited because we finally get to air our interview tonight.
Yes,
awesome.
This is true. Now, I think the whole thing's going to be in the podcast. In the radio show, there's not going to be too much, but we had Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Mhm.
We had Jodie Comer and
Alfie Williams.
Alfie Williams.
A young fella.
Young pup.
First movie he's ever been in.
Yep.
And he was he's so good.
And she's from Killing Eve and a few things, and he's an Angus
Thongs and
perfect
snogging.
snogging.
Very good.
That's right. And
Look
a
at you go.
couple of other bits and bobs. And then Alex Garland, who wrote the books and the films, and then also Danny Boyle, who's a great director. He was probably my favourite from the chat, actually, because
Yeah.
he did the films. He also did Transporting. He's done lots of cool stuff. And Belle actually picked up because we did this thing, did it on Friday, so that's why I selflessly cancelled my birthday dinner. It was so kind of me, to do the interview. And Belle said she thought at the end that Danny Boyle turned to Alex Garland and said, "Great interview."
Good
Like,
interview.
Good interview.
Good
Okay, not
interview.
great, but good.
Yeah.
When you hear, I think it's an average interview, to be completely honest with you, but it's good. It's always good if that's how they feel. So we've actually gone back, Belle, and we've not heard this yet, but we've clipped the bit that you were talking about, and we're going to try and work out if that's actually what he was saying, because it was just as the live feed to London sort of switched over.
Yeah, it literally, the reason that we want to listen back is because, it wasn't just like he said it and we went, "Oh, thanks," and that was it. As we were getting cut off, he said it.
Yeah, and
So-
when you're doing these interviews, we don't do them very often, if at all. You want to make them feel like you care about the movie, right?
Yeah, and you got like 5 minutes
You
to
got
do
5 minutes to try and develop a rapport. So when they say stuff like, "Oh, good question. I haven't been asked
Yeah.
that before." Well, let me think about that. You've got them.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So when Bell said he said that, we were all pretty
Oh,
excited.
whoa, did he?
Scudder has cut it. This is the very, very end of the interview.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening.
It does sound like it.
It's like,
Hang on, this
But
is
he says it like just to Alex, so not
yeah,
to
off
us.
to the side there.
good interview. This is it. Isolated.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, he's saying good interview.
Good interview.
As
That-
it's- as
I, think
it's
I think he
us.
says good interview. That Liam guy was my favourite.
Oh, that-
Something
Well,
like
this is
that.
it slowed down,
Yeah,
so we
okay.
can double check.
Good evening.
Good interview.
It's like good into.
yeah.
I think he said good interview.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, totally.
I mean, I think you.
If you disagree, you're welcome to email us or hit us up on the Facebook page. Oh, as I said, I listened to the off-air pod. The song was incredible.
Oh, you heard
my
that?
God.
Yeah, that was so good and recorded really well. I was like, oh my
good
god,
singer,
that's like
good guitar player.
actually insane. That was
So
so
good.
impressive.
So-
So impressive.
If you don't know what we're talking about, make sure you listen to yesterday's off-air pod. In fact, Michelle posted on the Pod Squad, awesome song by Chelsea, Love Hearts.
Chelsea was actually so good. Like, blown away.
So great.
Ben, I'm just going through some Pod Squads, if that's all right.
Mhm.
Ben Williams has posted, what was the name of that show Liam mentioned in the off-air pod? Trying to find a new show to
Oh,
watch.
Department Q.
Department Q.
Oh, I started it.
At the again, Mary. Did you like it? You never
It's
like
very
my. You never
no,
like my
it's
recommendations.
slow.
You think
There's
literally
so
everything
much
is slow.
talking.
I don't get it, man. Belle is like, I don't know. I think you're a smart person, but when it comes to like shows, I think you're like low-key an idiot. You're like a monkey or something that needs
No,
to
I
see like cars exploding all
I
the time. Or
do,
you're like,
yeah.
too much talking. I'm like, it's very. I mean,
We talk for a living.
three people get shot in the head in the first
No, that was great.
30 seconds.
The first episode was good, and then now it's like okay.
Oh my god!
But
I
I'm up
just
to
don't.
episode 3.
You could watch MasterChef Back to Win.
Is that the one with Laura?
Yep.
How's she going?
Well, I'm about 15 episodes behind.
Hasn't she been back already? She's back to win
I
again.
think this could be a third time, yeah.
Back to give it another crack. back again after being back again
Well,
to
I think,
win.
I think, actually, to be fair, this is her second time. I could be wrong, but I reckon it's her second. It's definitely Callum's third. And people were a bit like,
Come on, mate.
Callum, let's
Come on,
have a
mate.
shot.
Share around,
I
pal.
love Callum on there. I think he's very
They're-
adorable.
honestly,
good cook.
I don't watch the show. Callum and Laura are the only people I know from
Poe.
MasterChef.
Julie.
Well, I know them, but I don't. I feel like I actually like.
we
If
know
I,
Poe.
if I was walking down the street and Poe walked past, I don't think
Yeah.
she'd say hi to me. If Laura walked down or Callum, I think we would say hi to each
Yeah,
other.
that's
But
fair.
that's because they're Adelaide.
Well, so is
Poe's
Poe.
Adelaide.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the most un-Adelaide thing you've ever said.
You better sharpen up, mate.
Hey, Ben said he's never been on the O-Bahn.
That's also actually sacrilege. I actually
No, but
can't believe it.
I'm well aware of what it is. I know what it looks like. I'm very aware of the O-Bahn.
Have you been on it, Bill?
Why would I even need
I
to
might
go
have
on
to take
it?
you guys on the O-Bahn. I took the O-Bahn to work and to uni when I went to uni for a hot minute. Literally every day for like 3 years.
So that's like me
3-4
saying,
years.
that's like me being like, you have to come on my motorbike on Port Wakefield Road.
Yeah, but I have been on Port Wakefield Road, just not on your motorbike.
Yeah, but that's my experience. But you don't have to be on the O-Bahn. You know what I mean?
I've also-
but I've been on the Gawler line.
I never went on. I only went on that when I wagged school.
Yeah, I get you.
I've
Have you
never
been-
caught
have
a
you been-
train in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Never caught a train in Adelaide. I should do that.
Can I quickly read out another Pod Squad post? Belle, you mentioned this yesterday, and I don't know if I moved past it and didn't give you time or you didn't want to, but you mentioned that Arvin put his hand up to do Belle's Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then you
Is
said
that-
there was some funny comments.
Oh, yeah.
I read the comments and I thought they were very enjoyable. And we didn't read them out yesterday, so I feel like it's only right if I read these
Yes,
out.
please do.
There's a lot, so like
a
I'll
lot.
try and get through it, but it is funny. So
I heard there was some chatter around me doing a Spanish accent, which is very Spanish, Italian, totally allowed to do those. And you know, there is regions you can do and there's regions you cannot do.
King Julian.
That is one of them.
You
That's
literally
one
just
of them.
did one before.
That was just a guy saying bro.
No.
Bro,
you
I had an operation, bro. That was all I did.
that's how I heard it.
I don't think there was any.
So this is Arvin saying, I'll make Belle's Wikipedia page, and then the Pod Squad community jumping in the comments
Wicked.
and suggesting things.
And also, so Arvin has put his hand up, and you know he is the one responsible for saying I have severe learning difficulties, and that
Yes.
Ben has. What was Ben's?
His dad.
Dad
did his-
cuts my nails.
Yeah.
And he did, to be fair, until I was about 12.
God damn.
But now I take great pride in cutting my nails. There's a lot of these, so I'm just going to read them out. You know who you are if you're the one that wrote them. Grew up in many estates and manors across Victoria.
Which my mum then commented on.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She said being referred to as a manor. Woo, woo, woo. Lots of crazy emoji faces. Attended MLC in Kew, where she regularly ordered sushi from the Star Cafe and networked with fellow alumni, including Kate Blanchett.
Wow.
Also, currently a student at the Ben and Liam School of Comedy. Started her career at Sin FM before producing a number of radio shows on Triple M, Fox FM, Triple J, and Nova FM. Some are factual, some are
Yeah.
funny.
I, honestly, so far, I'm not hearing any lies.
No.
There's a
Suffers-
few stretches of the truth, but there's no lies here. So
and they
far.
get more and more true as we go.
Oh, shut up.
Suffers from ongoing neck issues, constantly looking up at her incredibly tall co-hosts, Ben and Liam.
Yep, factually correct.
Currently has a restraining order taken up against her by Australian comedian Andy Lee. Loves a meat pie. Loves free stuff. Famously buries dead birds. And then someone did a funny GIF. They said the Wikipedia IT department upon seeing Bell's controversies section on a wiki, and it's like the guy from Jaws going, "We're gonna need a bigger server." That's outstanding. Rose to fame as the love rat. Loves sewing. Gets a lot of migraines. Loves bald men. I didn't get this one.
Dude, this is like a
It's
lot of
spot
it.
on.
They've really
It's
got you.
incredible.
They've got you.
I didn't
pegged.
get this one. Loves watching bald men poop.
I think I said
Yeah,
once
'cause
that
Christian and her, like,
shits
yeah.
the door open.
Right.
So,
Yep. Famously loves to sew clothes. Usually items she has purchased from Shein and Temu. Always trying to get free tickets for her cousin.
Yes, Charlotte. There should be a subsection for Charlotte.
Yeah.
and all the concerts she's been able to wangle herself to.
And then the last one, loves an accent,
Yeah.
for
so,
better or worse.
Honestly, crazy. Like, I don't think. What is that sound, by the way?
I think
A
it's
drill.
coming outside.
Oh, right. I thought it was an iRoomba, one of those little robot vacuums coming into the.
It's just a Roomba, right?
Roomba.
Not an iRoomba.
Yeah, what's a...
Maybe it's just a Roomba. I don't know. All I know is we got one.
There's
Did you
also-
see there's now Roombas for windows?
Is
So
it?
they go
That'd be pretty good.
How does
around
it-
the window.
And you have to move the window, though?
I think so, probably. I don't know. It just came up on my feed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think people could do as many for Ben and I. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? You've been on air for like years.
Yeah, but I think I don't know, there's not, we don't have as many traits as you. I feel like there's
Sure
so
you
many.
do. Got all the Bigfoot stuff. Oh, Ben's
No, but I
bloody
just- do you know what I
family
mean? I feel
cow,
like-
that whole era.
Yeah, but more, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying, Ben?
Yeah, but I just think, because when I read Bells, I
It's
was
just
laughing
so on
because
point.
people were saying things that I'd forgotten. But
Yeah.
I think people would do the same for us. There'd be things that we've forgotten that people would
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
I get it. Not saying you have to do one, but I just, that was like, no one missed there for
But
me.
Yeah, like for Liam, for example, like we get the ball rolling with Liam and say, some say he's like a young Jared Fogle,
Oh my God. We are not going back to there.
the guy
Oh
from
my
Subway.
Nope, we got
that
strictly
his
told
name?
to
Is that
never
his name,
bring
Jared?
that.
Jared
Yes.
Fogle, right? Yeah.
Stop,
Dude, so Ben used to say that. Why? Because I liked Subway. Not
That was because
any
Liam
of
loves
the other
Subway,
things.
and it's an on-air joke. Like was the
Yeah.
I started calling Liam Jared.
And then we got told strictly to stop.
Well, I think he's guilty, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it was like, don't even do not bring him up and say
Sorry.
that
Yes,
our,
but that was
our
from that
on-air
was-
talent.
But this
I
is
got, I
obviously-
got told that from a boss who no longer works with us, so I can
All I will say
argue that.
is that I was on Australia's new premier streaming service, Max, the other night.
I love Max.
I love Max
I don't
too.
get paid to say that.
Liam gets paid.
I get paid, but they didn't give me a free membership, which I found a bit cheap.
Yeah, I feel like as your friend, I feel like
Really?
as your friend, I should get free membership.
Yeah, I was
Man, I don't
gonna, I
even
was
get
gonna
free
ask if
membership.
I could have a login.
Sorry for shooting on them. I think they're great, and they paid me. But like, I thought that I was like, oh, and do you
Yeah.
reckon I could get a membership? And they're
Yeah.
like, we can give him a month. I was like, what?
Oh,
like,
come
what?
on.
That's weird.
Anyway, I probably shouldn't be shitting on companies that
Ugh.
I've worked for, but yes, I was going through, and it said, "What's hot this week?"
Yep.
Jared from Subway catching a monster. 3-part series.
Whoa.
3 parts.
Yep.
Bloody hell.
Vogel.
Yeah, not a good guy.
No.
Bad man. Pedophile is the word.
Yeah, and Liam is not like him.
Nonce.
Yep, that would be a derogatory term. Yeah.
Which I didn't know that until recently.
Until someone called me that. Yeah.
Yes.
Once again, there's no... there's no... I know there's the smoke fire sort of thing. That was also because I did a thing drinking tears of Arsenal fans when Liverpool won. And people were like, it's not even a rivalry. Classically, Arsenal have come up short a lot lately. They have 0 silverware to show for it. They do complain a lot and they think they're better than what they are. It's just a fact. But a lot of people, there was a lot of hate coming through for that one, and it was getting posted on a lot of like Sports Bible and like banter pages. And one of them, that guy's jokes, which is a page I actually follow because I actually find it pretty funny. It's just like mainly like, you know, rivals banter sort of back and forth. The best. I don't have Twitter, but it's like the best of that sort of.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was like a hard post for that on the grid, and it was like.
Oh, really?
It was like state of that hard drive needs to be checked, which is the same like I would have.
Yeah.
And then it was like, what a yank nonsense.
That's wild.
That was when I learned what that word meant.
Yeah, I only learned it from adolescence. That show.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they paint it on the van.
Yeah. Because
That's
I
right.
googled it because I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I saw it on your post.
We should wrap this up,
Oh shit!
but
yeah,
we will
yeah.
see you tomorrow
Yeah.
in the off-air pod.
Absolutely, we will. Would you like me to bring in some more? I could bring in the hard copies if you wanted.
Yeah, go on.
You don't want to see it. To be fair, it was like they could have just printed out any. Like there's nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing to
true.
see. It's just like it's nothing to see.
Yeah.
So as if you did see something, it would not be good. But it's just like red.
Are you gonna keep them or like?
We
Photos,
could embed them into your Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Might
Like
start.
medical history.
Might
could
start
be.
an OF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, people like tall people, so
They like tall guys, tall men with exposed digits.
all right, let's wrap it up.
But you'll be pleased to know I'm recovering well.
Very good.
We established that.
I saw on the live show yesterday. I was talking about we should have surprised you with a hemorrhoid ring.
Oh yeah, that would have been
to
good.
soften the.
Soften the.
But you don't. He doesn't have that.
Yeah, but obviously it's tender,
Is it tender?
and that would take the pressure off
It's
of
not
the
tender.
It's not too tender.
off the raisin.
You recover
The
quickly.
raisin.
It's a strong muscle.
Well,
That's the problem.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it
strong
doesn't
that
get-
there's a lot of resistance.
doesn't get
Powerful.
much of a workout this dude. So it's sort of.
What do you mean? Yes, it does.
Well, only one particular way. You know what I mean? It's not a two. It's like the expressway in Adelaide. It's a one-way freeway. You know, there's
But
no.
it's recently opened up the other way.
Yeah. It's just they just got that thing where like 5 p.m. clicked over and it goes both ways all of a sudden.
All right, see ya.
And that's it!
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.